Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock and we want to begin tonight with breaking news. A double shooting on the east side of Indianapolis. One person is dead, another in critical condition. Our Logan Gay joins us live tonight near 30th and Midhofer. Logan, you've been talking with police. What did you learn?
Well, Scott, police are calling this an attempted murder-suicide, and it happened inside a garage in this house right behind me. Police say they found both a man and a woman inside that garage, both of them with gunshot wounds. The woman was taken to the hospital in critical condition, and the man was found dead on the scene. Police also said that they found the gun right next to the man. At the time, their adult daughter was home and heard everything and called it in. When police arrived, they say the daughter told them that the pair had been arguing since about 3 p.m. Police said that this is a good reminder for anyone who's in a domestic violence relationship to get out and get help.
And the message we really want to get out is there are so many services available for family counseling, and we don't need to get it to this level, that if people could just maybe take advantage of those services, we could prevent a tragedy like this.
Police are still investigating whether there have been any other domestic violence calls to this house. Once more information is available, we'll update this story. Scott?
All right, Logan Gay reporting live here in Indianapolis tonight. Thanks so much. We're going to be following this story for you overnight. You can find all of the breaking developments on WTHR.com and, of course, on Sunrise beginning tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. Tonight, a 75-year-old Indianapolis woman is accused of neglecting her 40-year-old daughter with disabilities. Tonight, she's facing 6 counts of neglect and 1 count of intimidation. Our Chase Howell had his camera rolling as police arrested that woman at her home on the north side. But I want to warn you, some details of this story are difficult to hear.
An IMPD officer can be seen putting a 75-year-old woman in handcuffs for allegedly not caring for her adult daughter with disabilities.
We understand that this is a population that is 7 times more likely to be a victim of abuse.
According to court documents, the victim has cerebral palsy and requires assistance. The documents say she's paralyzed on her left side and has a history of physical and mental impairments. Police say after they were dispatched to the home, they found the woman lying on the floor between the wall and her bed. And according to those documents, her mother told officers her daughter had been that way for 7 days, urinating and defecating on herself. The reason? Because the mother allegedly wanted her daughter to get up on her own.
When we have caregivers that are isolated, they might be at greater risk to take out their frustrations, on their loved one.
As for how the police were called, the daughter says she used a wire hanger to fish over her cell phone and call 911. Investigators say when they arrived and rolled the woman over, her skin ripped away from her body where she was laying. And according to court documents, nurses at the hospital claim they found maggots in some of her wounds.
I don't know that we wake up and say, you know what, I just want to be a really terrible caregiver today. But when we're looking at our adult population that still requires a high level of care and have pretty high needs, that can be exhausting. That's really taxing for a parent.
Adrienne Reed works for Damar Services, an organization that helps people with disabilities. She says if you believe someone is being neglected or abused, first look for some key signs beyond the physical.
As social workers and caregivers that we look at are any changes in behavior, changes in functioning. Is there an appearance of fear towards that caregiver?
And if you believe a person isn't being cared for or they're being harmed, Reed says to say something. As for those caregivers who may be struggling, Reed suggests asking for help. Reporting in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.
New tonight at 11, a coach at a high school in Howard County is now under arrest and charged, accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student. Randy Sullivan, who's known as Scott, is now facing counts of child solicitation, sexual battery, and dissemination of matter harmful to minors. Sullivan was a coach at Taylor High School. Last month, detectives say they found inappropriate text messages, pictures, and videos on the victim's phone, saying several of the photos and videos clearly originated inside Sullivan's house. Today, an arrest warrant was issued and Sullivan showed up at the Howard County Jail. The superintendent tonight confirms Sullivan was fired. There is a meeting tomorrow morning to address student safety. We plan to be there, and you can see our coverage right here on Channel 13. Today, our 13 Investigates team learned new information about the rising cost of the Delphi murders trial, which is now less than 2 weeks away. Richard Allen is charged with the 2017 deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. In total, Richard Allen's trial is now expected to cost Carroll County more than $4 million. That's twice the initial estimate. County leaders are saying there are a few reasons for that spike. This trial is now scheduled for 5 weeks. 2 more weeks were added since that first cost estimate. Richard Allen now has 3 public defenders representing him, and the county has increased security near the courthouse. Now, the Carroll County Council will be asked to approve the additional $2.2 million at a meeting on October 17th. That trial is scheduled to begin in just 11 days. Well, the reality of Hurricane Helene's impact is growing more grim with every passing day. More than 200 people confirmed dead tonight. It is not yet clear how many people are still missing or unaccounted for. The widespread devastation complicating rescue and recovery efforts. But people across the country, including Indiana, are doing what they can to help. In fact, tonight in Greenfield, relief is arriving from all across our state. Cars lining up at Indianapolis Regional Airport, packing planes with supplies, heading to North Carolina this weekend. For organizers, it's Hoosier hospitality taking flight and reaching far beyond our state lines.
We do what we can to help out and hopefully get some supplies to some people that need them in the affected areas.
We are the world. We are the children.
It's hard to, it gives me goosebumps because it's worse than anybody could imagine. We're just trying to make sure that we can get to those hard to reach places that overall a car cannot at this point.
So if you missed today's donation drive, the Buck Creek Fire Department will continue taking donations of things like hygiene products and food.